Hello friends, welcome to my channel Tutorials Field, and in this tutorial I will teach you about Sentinel value in Java. In this tutorial we will learn what is a Sentinel value in Java, what are the Sentinel values used for, and we will see the programming examples of Sentinel value in Java. So let's start our tutorial and see first of all what is a Sentinel value in Java. So sometimes what happens that the endpoint of the input data is not known, which means that we are giving the input, but when it will end, we don't know. So a Sentinel value in Java is used to notify the program to stop acquiring input. Okay. So a Sentinel value can be any specific value that is used to stop collecting data. For example, you can see that -1 can be given as an input where standard input is a positive number. Okay. So a Sentinel value is used to terminate the while loop or do while loop and stop getting inputs. And a Sentinel value is used with while and do while loops. Okay. Now we will see what are Sentinel values used for. Okay. So the first one is for indicating when the user is done with entering values. It should be something that is not a valid value but of the same data type. It means that when we don't want to acquire the inputs, then we can give any value that can be used to terminate the while or do while loop. Okay, and it should be of the same data type. It allows user to tell the program they are done with input. Same thing. It is a unique value that is not part of the input to be processed. For example, while entering positive numbers, a Sentinel value might be -1, or while entering names, a Sentinel value might be done, end, or quit. Okay, since it is of same data type, when we are dealing with numbers, a Sentinel value might be -1. Okay, or while entering names we are dealing with string, then a Sentinel value might be done, end, or quit, and it is that value which is not the part of the input to be processed. It allows a different numbers of input each time. Okay, it allows the user to end the loop based on a specific condition, and this is also called a Sentinel controlled loop or indefinite loop because the condition does not depend on a counter. So Sentinel loop is also called as Sentinel controlled loop or indefinite loop because the condition does not depend on a counter. Okay, and it is used for ending the loop based on a specific condition. The number of iterations of the Sentinel control loop is unknown, and the user determines how often the loop is going to run and when they would like it to stop. Which means that a Sentinel control loop is a loop, such kind of loop, in which the number of iterations is unknown, and the user determines how often the loop is going to run and when they would like it to stop. Which means we will enter some specific value that is going to end the loop. Okay, so this is from what is Sentinel values and what are Sentinel values used for. Now we will see the example of Sentinel values using Java program, and we will create two programs. The one program is in which we will deal with numbers, and in the second program we will deal with strings. Okay, so open Eclipse IDE and create a new Java project. Go to File, New, Java Project. Now we have to give a name to our Java project. The name, let's say Sentinel Demo. Okay, then click on the Finish button. Now we will create a class in our Java project. So right click on the Java project and then go to New and then Class. Now We will give a name to our Java class. Let's say Sentinel example. Okay, and now tick mark on this public static void main and then click on the finish button. Now we'll get rid of these comment lines. In this example, I will use while loop, which will accept a series of numbers from the user until the user enter 0 number. So what we will do that when the number 0 is entered by the user, we will print the sum of the all the numbers that the user has entered earlier. So first of all, we will import the scanner class. Import java.util.scanner, because we are going to use the scanner class in our program, and then we will create our variables. Int num for getting the inputs from the user, then sum for printing the sum of the numbers entered by the user, and then count, which is for while loop counter. Okay, and then we will initialize the sum with 0 and count with 0. Okay, now we'll create the object of a scanner class. Scanner is equal to new scanner system.in. Okay, now we will print a message system.out. Enter any number or 0 to stop. Okay, and then we will get the input num equals to scanner dot next int. Okay, now we'll create our while loop. While num is not equals to 0, which means that when the number 0 is entered, then we will get out of the while loop, and the 0 is the sentinel value in this program. Inside while loop, first of all, we will calculate the sum equals to sum plus num. Okay, then we will increment the count plus plus, and then again we will print a message any number or 0 to stop. Okay, then we will get the input num equals to scanner dot next int. Okay, and after while loop we'll print the sum equals to plus sum. Okay, so we have completed our program. Now let's run our program. So it give a message enter any number or 0 to stop. Now let's give a number 23. Okay, then again 45, then again 12, then again 89. Okay, now we will enter 0, which means that when we enter the 0 number, the while loop discontinued and it will print the sum of the numbers which we have entered. Okay, so enter 0 and it has calculated the sum equals to 169. In this program the sentinel value is 0, and in the next program we will use the example of string. Okay, so again in this project right click and then go to the new and then class. Now we have to give a name of the class. Let's say sentinel again, what was the name? Sentinel example. Let's say sentinel string example. Tick mark on public static void main and then click on the finish. Okay, now delete. In this example what I will do that I will use the first of all while loop which will accept the name of the family members until the user enters the string end. Okay, and when the string end is entered the program will output the count of family members. Okay, so let's code our program. So first of all I have to import the scanner class. Import java.util.scanner. Okay, now we'll create a variable int family member count and initialize with 0. Okay, now I will create the object of scanner class equals to new scanner. Then I will create a string name. Now I will print a message system.out.println enter name of family member or int to stop. Okay, now we'll get the input name equals to scanner dot next line. Now we will create the while loop while, and here end is the sentinel value. So we will give the code name dot equals ignore case and enter the value end is not equals to true, which means that when this is not true our while loop will be continued, and when the user input end then we will get out of the while loop. We will increase the family member count plus, and then again we will print a message system.out.println enter name of family member or into stop. Okay, then again we will get the input name equals to scanner dot next line. Okay, now after getting out of the while loop we'll print a message and in this message we will print the count of the family member. It means you have plus family member count plus members in your family. Okay, then semicolon. Now everything looks all right with our program. Now let's run our program. Enter name of family members. Now let's say Mehtab then Tania, then Fayyaz. Okay, now let's say now we will give the string int. Okay, so you have printed the message you have 3 members in your family. So this is all from this Sentinel value in Java tutorial. For this kind of tutorial, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you.